Pull-ups every day, day 41. So today's session, I was looking to obviously start my chin-ups like usual, but every squat rack was full, so I decided I would just take the dip belt and head upstairs and do some dips. I started off with bodyweight dips, just to warm up, obviously. Because people do hurt themselves in the dips, like I hurt myself, my shoulder when I went too low a few sessions ago. And obviously a lot of people can't do dips because they have shoulder pain, but I know this might sound a bit stupid, but I don't really believe in like kind of not being able to do a movement because of pain. I think you should be able to get your body in, like, all ranges of motion and stuff. I think you should, if you can't do a certain movement, you should try to work your way to be able to do a movement. But anyway, I started off with just 3 body weight reps, and then I did 4 weighted reps. They went well, as you can see. When I hurt my shoulder the other session, in terms of how low I was going, I think it was literally like a centimeter. My feet were like a centimeter off the ground, so I think that might be too low for me. Like, that's like a range where I start kind of not being the most secure and stable from. But yeah, so maybe if I just stop a little bit more. But the reason I kind of when I first started doing dips over the bench was because I remember the session after, or not like the day after, the DOMs I had on my chest I felt it was amazing. I never get that. I never get DOMs from bench because I don't do enough volume, I don't think. But you can kind of rep out body weight reps more, and I feel like you can get closer to failure on something like a dip because you can always bail on the dip. Whereas if you're on a bench press, you're underneath the bar, so you can't really bail on it because you're gonna get crushed by the bar. So I feel like you can always do more volume on dips and pull-ups, say, than but I guess there's no back exercise where you're underneath the bar and you're in a bad position unless you're doing a squat very wrongly. I mean, before I did a squat ages ago, and I hurt my back for 3 days. I could barely walk. So I guess you can hurt your back if you do a squat wrong. But there's no back movement really where you're underneath a bar. But anyway, after the dips, I went to chin-ups, and after I completed my rep range, or the 8 rep range, I decided to move on to the 10 rep range. So first set I got 10 reps with 15 kilos, and then in the second set I was aiming for 9, but I feel like those 10 reps just took me out of it. They were really difficult. So I don't think I'll be able to do this 10 rep range, I think. But also, I don't know if it was just the dips, because to be fair, I did, 7 or 8 sets of dips? Did 7 sets of dips before them weighted, so I don't know if it was just the dips took me out of it. But I decided to do, so I got 4. I usually do 5 sets for the chin-ups, I only did 4 this time. I got 10 reps, 8 reps, 6 reps, and 5 reps, and then I just did body weight at the end. As you can see, some of these bodyweight reps, I kind of changed I think I skipped past now, but you can kind of see how I changed the angle of my body. And then I do another isometric hold at the end, which is kind of why I like doing now. At the end of my chin-ups, just to get a bit more. But I feel like it's, the end part of the chin-up is a really important part, and if you can kind of focus on that with an isometric hold, it's good. But anyway, then I decided to go on to squats. I don't have the footage of it, but I just started off with a few warm-up sets, then went to 70. And this is 70 for, it's either 70 for 3 or 5, I have on my log here. 70 for 5, I think. Yep, 70 for 5. And then so I've never done higher than 70, so I decided today would be the day I'd go for higher than 70. So I just, I could probably do 70 for 7 reps. But so I said I could probably easily do 75 for 1, comfortable. So then I put the 75 on, and then barely noticed any difference. So then I went up to 80. And then again, 80 for 3 went good. I'm a tiny bit shaky, but I still think it was pretty easy reps. So then when I did that, I was like, okay, maybe let's just go for a max. Let's see what I've never ever tested my squat max, because I'm not really interested in having loads of weight. So my friends Dan and Carl came in, so I obviously had a spotter. And I'm just telling them there how to spot me, because we've never done it before. I've never spotted anyone. I've spotted someone for a squat, but I've never had to actually jump in, because it's kind of a weird one. So this is 90 kilos. I've never done more than 70 before this day, mind you. So I took it out, As you can see, it's a bit. I don't know. I thought that was good. So then I went to 95. I lowered the pins as well. I noticed. Actually, did I lower the pin on this one? Let me see. I think that's with the lowered pins. But I noticed I kept hitting the bar off the rack when I had the pins. When I had the pins at my overhead press height, I noticed it was kind of whacking off the bar. But I felt that 95 went good. But I wanted to just do it again to make sure I could, and like I felt like I could do 100 then, but I just said let me do 95 again just to be sure. So I'm there telling them I'm waiting on a good song. I was waiting on this. The song was just about to end, so I was waiting on the next song. So here we go. 95, just for a single again. Notice when I walk out, yeah, I felt it on my calf. Look how my calf kind of is a bit wobbly. I noticed it. Actually, I remember why I did I remember why I did 95 twice, because I remember actually after I did the first 95, I noticed I didn't feel like it was low enough. But then, as you can see when I walk about, I'm talking about my lower back. I felt like my lower back was gone. But anyway, I felt like that second rep was good enough that I could try 100. So yeah, I was very like I've never even thought, I didn't even think I could get close. I thought I'd only get maybe 85. But yeah, see again, I walk out, feel it on my calf, go for it. Nice, and then it was a bit of a struggle on the way up, a bit of a groan trying to push it out. But I feel at the time, me and Carl looked back at the footage and we were kind of wondering if it was low enough. I could probably get a screenshot at the end of the video to show kind of it was like it was below parallel, but very 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 close. But anyway, yeah, I was very happy with the 100 kg squat. I definitely walked out of the gym feeling strong, even though 100 kilos isn't. I know it isn't impressive in the grand scheme of things. Like anyone can get that, like pretty much within a year training, easy. Like some people can get that on the first day, but I've as someone who's neglected their lower body, I don't know. It felt good to get a 100 kg squat, and I think if I get 120 kilos, that's kind of like a standard of alright. This guy probably trains. I think it's the same with the bench. I'd say it's 70 kilos. That's a kind of a weight where it's like, alright, this guy probably trains. More than likely. So an overhead press, it'd probably be 40 kilos. To be honest, I think people's standards on overhead press is a bit too low. Though I think people could be doing more on the overhead press. But anyway, yeah, that'll be the end of the video. Thanks for watching.